And good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing on this Tuesday, June the 17th, 2025? And before I go any further, I need to make sure that I remember to say happy birthday to my daughter, Courtney Griffith. It was her and Bradley Griffith's daughter that had the privilege of baptizing on Sunday. And today is Courtney's birthday. And as is usually the case on her birthday, she will be volunteering to work in Vacation Bible School. She is a very much committed passion for VBS. And I've always had a passion for VBS myself. And I'm glad to see that it has filtered on down and that she has picked up that same passion. So usually, ever since she was born, she has been at VBS on her birthday. And so today is no different from that. Anyway, happy birthday, Courtney. I know there are other birthdays, people celebrating birthdays and anniversaries today as well. And so that's a good thing. Well, my name is Wes. This is Coffee with Wes. And I want to just thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you tune in. I'm just amazed at the numbers of people that, it's not like, I'm not viral or anything like that, but I'm just amazed of those folks that tune in from day to day. And I appreciate it. Thank you. And I hope this is helpful to you and just gives us something good to think about during the day. Okay, so the big idea for today is that faith, and we've been talking a lot about faith, have we not? And we've looked at people who have walked in faith. And but faith gives us the courage, is what we're going to see today, that faith gives us the courage to speak boldly when others remain silent. And the verse of scripture I want to share with you is from 1 Samuel 17, verse 32. And this is David, who has volunteered to take down the Goliath. And he is speaking to Saul. This is what he says, because Saul is questioning his ability because he's just a kid. 1 Samuel 17, verse 32. He says, "Don't worry about this Philistine," David told Saul. "I'll go fight him." So David steps onto the scene and immediately sees Goliath for who he is and what he is. He's not just a threat to Israel, but he's also a challenge to the honor of God. So, again, to remind you a little bit of the background here, David's not a soldier. David has just been sent to the front lines by his dad to bring his brothers a couple of hamburgers, bring them lunch. And so that's what he's doing. And as he gets there, he hears Goliath taunting the Israelite army. And the Israelite army they're cowering, they're fearful. And David says, "What's the big deal here?" And so David just steps up and says, I'll take him on. And while the others are paralyzed, David offers himself up as this willing servant. And as we saw last week, as we looked at Rahab, fear does that. Fear paralyzes us. And you I know I have experienced moments of great fear where you've just had to stop and you just couldn't move, just didn't know what to do. And David didn't have battle experience. He wasn't a soldier, but he had boldness that was rooted in belief. And so one of the things I want us to hear in this whole session, when we talk about faith isn't walking blindly. Faith isn't, our faith in God isn't just leading us to just walk off a cliff, but our faith in God is based upon our experiences. And because God has been faithful in the past, we can know that God's going to be faithful in the present, and we trust God to be faithful in the future. And so while the army here, the Israelite army, is trembling with fear, David is volunteering because he believed that God's name was worth defending. So not only was this Philistine giant, Goliath, a threat to Israel, but he was also challenging the honor of God. So here's an application that we can take with us today. Faith isn't silent in the face of fear or injustice. It steps forward. faith steps up, even when others shrink back, even when others stand still. And so like David, we can use our voices to stand up for what's right, and trusting God's strength instead of our own. How do we know to speak out? We may be afraid, but we can speak out when it comes to injustice by faith. So think about this. Where is God calling you to speak up in faith, to say something that you need to say? Maybe in your family, at the workplace, or in your friendships. Bold faith doesn't wait for permission. It moves forward with God's backing. And so there's a great, responsibility there that we have to be in tune with God's will and God's way, not just, sometimes things just irritate us. And so we just speak out in the name of the Lord, and the Lord's not in it at all. It's just our ego and our situation. So we have to be discerning. Discerning. That's a good word. Okay, here's today's thought. So faith not only walks the way we live, faith not only walks, it also speaks. And so let your confidence in God lead you to stand up and to step out. All right, folks, you have a great Tuesday. Happy birthday to all those who are celebrating birthdays today. Happy anniversary to those that are celebrating anniversaries today. And here it is, and it's Tuesday, and it's great sitting outside, but we have this threat of rain. I mean, it's just raining all the time. Can't get my grass cut. Can't get anything done outside. Anyway, we'll take it for now. Folks, I'm just venting, just talking. Dismiss me. You all have a great day. See you again real soon. Bye for now.